Welcome, Ten.oh.
Thank you.
We are here with Ten.oh. This is Music&Mezcal. I'm your host, Lorena. And let's start with a nice cheers. So before you shoot it, don't. We sip it.
You sip it.
And then you chase it with like beer
Slowly?
or with a ginger. Yeah, you sip it. You just like.
I don't really know what mezcal is.
It's like
It's yummy.
it's a smoky agave spirit. It
Wow.
doesn't always have to be smoky, but
It's definitely smoky though.
but it usually always is smoky because it's buried underground, and then like the whole, I don't know if it's called like that in English, like the heart of the pineapple would be in Spanish, but like the heart of the agave gets buried underground, and then it gets like cooked underground. So that's why it has like that smoky flavor.
Crazy.
But apparently it doesn't always, I didn't actually know that. I learned that recently, that it doesn't always have to be smoky. So
They make tequila out of it too, right? Agave?
yeah. However, tequila is only made with the blue agave, and mezcal is made with like almost every other, but like every other agave. So tequila is just the blue agave.
Gotcha.
And yeah, mezcal is with like other agave. You have espadín, you have, what are the other ones?
It's it's the same plant, but different strains.
Strains, yeah.
I
Like,
see.
yeah, like the cousins of the.
Right. Well, I can taste the smoke.
Yeah, which is really nice. I love mezcal.
With ginger beer.
Yeah, and then you taste it. I bet that's right. I haven't done that, but I bet it's
pretty
probably
yummy.
good. Yeah, I also love ginger beer. So, anyway, so welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're
Thank you
very
for
happy to
having me.
have you. Yeah. I would like to start by asking, how is it that you got into producing? Like, because you do sing. You have like some vocal, work in you. And do you play instruments?
Yeah. So production wise, it's a long story. I think I started playing instruments when I was super young. Mm-hmm. So like growing up, I was always surrounded with instruments. My dad had like a little bit of a music studio set up in the basement when I was really young.
Oh, nice.
And he had, there was a piano, there was an electric drum kit, and then he had like Pro Tools set up that like he would use every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But he also had his, I want to say grandfather's, so my great grandfather's saxophone on a little stand that was like just maybe about that tall. And when he tells me, I don't remember it, but he tells me when I was 4 years old, I walked up to the saxophone and it was like perfect height with my mouth. And at 4 years old, I was like blowing into the saxophone and making it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I guess one thing led to another. I played a little more piano downstairs, kind of self-taught. They tried to put me into lessons and I like just refused to show up to the lessons, so I was always teaching myself. And saxophone was the one that I picked up in school too. So like all through elementary school and high school, I was playing saxophone in like the band and the jazz band. And I guess at a certain point, I don't know, maybe people can relate to this, but like tons of my friends would just smoke weed and freestyle. And they'd freestyle rap in the car or whatever, in one of our friends' house or whatever it was. I never really smoked weed, but like all my friends did. They were always freestyling, and I had this music background, so I was always beatboxing for them to freestyle to. And then one thing led to another, and I think I downloaded GarageBand on my ex-girlfriend's MacBook Air, and then started making beats. And one of my close friends decided he wanted to pursue his artistry career as a rapper and singer. And then I was like, I can probably figure out how to make beats. And then I guess one thing led to another. I started making beats for him just on that. Then I got Logic Pro, started making beats on there. And then at one point decided to go to school for it and studied for school, like music technology at Douglas College. And then a few more things happened after that. And now I'm producing. Here we are.
Okay, yeah. So it was, I guess you kind of always knew that you like to like work with musicians and like, work to make music happen more than Well, I guess it's the same, but yeah, more than making the music, even though you are still making the music.
I think
You're
I know what you
making,
mean.
You know, like, but you're making music happen,
Yeah, I think it's like
not just creating it. You're like,
helping people make music. I think that's the difference. Yeah, because I never really wrote my own songs. I still have never really, like, I have one song out that I'm doing a verse on, like that's, and then everything else is produced for other artists. So it probably just came from that, like helping make music for my friends to rap over and sing over, and then
you're the catalyzer,
kind of, I guess. Yeah. One way or another.
Yeah, I guess you are. And so you started doing these like first, beats for your friend. When was the moment when you actually said like, I'm gonna go to school for this? So
he actually decided to go to school for it first.
Okay.
And because he was trying to study, if I'm getting this correct, I'm trying to remember back, but I think he decided to go into like audio engineering, so he could like mix and master his own vocals and stuff over whatever music he was using. And then I started to look into it. I'm like, what kind of music production programs can I look into? And I came across the music technology diploma at Douglas College. Shout out to MTD. And it made a lot of sense for me. Like a lot of the things that they were covering were things that I was trying to learn more about. And I think the biggest thing that I took away from that program, not even necessarily the curriculum, but was just like regular studio time. Like they have these school studios. So I was like in the studios, like all day through school. And then I would stay and I would work in the studios by myself or if I had another producer with me or an artist with me, and we'd stay until like 11:45. And I think that's when the security guards would come and they check on all the rooms. And when they checked on our room, they say, okay, you guys got to get out. Oh, and then we'd finally go. But we spent like the full 2 years me and one close friend of mine, Lomax, another shout out Lomax. Me and him would just like stay in the studios until we got kicked out pretty much every day. So it's like, I think that was the big difference for me, was like actually just getting to spend so much time in the studio and like learn how to play around with stuff.
Actually do things. Yeah. Do you still have like beats from that time?
Oh yeah.
That you still like, that you're like, I still want to use this for something like.
Yeah, probably. I haven't thought about like using them for anything, but it's funny you say that, because like I've been getting big into like doing video stuff as well, like as well as music stuff. And I was going back through my YouTube channel, and it's funny because you can see my recent stuff that I'm doing. Then you can see a bunch of beats that I've made on my YouTube. And then even deeper down, you can see like these videos that I shot while I was in school, in the school studios. Like I would like bring my camera and set it up and shoot all these videos of me making and breaking down the beats and stuff.
You're like, I was already setting myself up to do this.
I guess so. Yeah. One way or another, kind of came full circle. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know if I would do anything with those beats. I don't, if somebody hit me up for them, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Let's do something with
them.
it.
Yeah. Okay. And then like, once you're already like working with an artist, I guess you already kind of have your like workflow maybe kind of already like defined. There's a stupid fly that's been like,
he's hanging out. He likes your mezcal.
It's like, go away. He's interrupting me. And so, so yeah, you got like this workflow already going on for you. But did you like, how did you slowly get into, like that workflow? Was it something that you were like building a little bit, like little by little, or did you actually like find inspiration from other producers and like see what worked for them and then be like, oh yeah, I can definitely use that?
That's a good question. I don't know if there's anybody in particular that I learned from directly. I think like I watched a bunch of beat makers that would make beats, and I watched the techniques and the stuff that they used to make beats in whatever software they were using. But when it came to like actually producing records, meaning like being in the studio with an artist and like coming up with the story of the song and coming up with the structure of the song and all these different vocal production things, layering and harmonies and all this stuff, I think I kind of just developed it with time. Like honestly, my friend and I, Eliezer, he and I we started with recording in my dad's closet in my house in Burnaby, like back like 10 years ago, So like from there, we just tried to figure it out, and then we'd watch YouTube guides and try to figure it out and watch And I think from working with him for so many years and trying to figure out, okay, what do we actually need? Just if it's just us two, what do we need to create a full record? you know, and
Okay.
we knew we needed some sort of an instrumental, we needed some drums, we needed him to do some singing. Okay, cool, let's try some different things with singing. Let's do some layers, let's do some harmonies. And then we needed to mix and master it, so we're watching YouTube guides for that. And I think like that, run that simulation, I think me and him have like 120 songs that are released on Spotify now.
Oh, wow.
Like after that, doing that over and over and over
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
I kind of got this idea of like, okay, this is how you go from like zero, like absolutely nothing, to like a song that's ready to go on Spotify. And then after doing that with him so many times, I like maybe 6 years into producing, reached out to one new person. His name's Jack Hammond, another artist that I'm working with today still. And like I had all this knowledge from like figuring it out on my own, kind of in the studio with just me and my homie. And then he was like, I think it was very helpful for him. He's like, he didn't know how to make a song from scratch, you know? So me being able to help him do that, and I knew exactly what to do because I'd been working with an artist for so long. So like another artist comes along and I know exactly how to help him make a song. So I think, just rinse and repeat. And then now obviously I'm blessed to be working with a ton of different artists. So like I've got to learn how to do different genres and different type of vocals and all these different things. But I think it's just time, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet like practice makes perfect in general. And it's nice to know, I guess, that you kind of created your own kind of like workflow. And then like once you, like now that you do have this way from going from like 0 to 100, or like from nothing to a full song, have you ever had like these experiences with artists where you're like, oh, they work very different, and it's like you kind of like start from a moment that might feel like an impasse because maybe they have a different, you know, way of, well, we all have different brains, so and they start different, and you're like, oh no, wait, this is like very different from what I'm used to do. How do you work around that?
I think it's a balance, totally. Because like, obviously, I've got my way that I do it, but something that I love so much about producing is it's such a cool opportunity to learn about the artist that I'm working with. So it's like, it's almost like, especially when I'm sitting down with somebody for the first time, I'm putting out feelers constantly. Like I'm like, when I sit in the studio with an artist, like before we even make a song, I'm asking them questions about their life. I'm asking them questions about their, like how they've made music in the past, the things that they take inspiration from. And it's like, I'm just learning as much as I can about them. And I think it's one of my favorite parts about producing is, figuring out how the artist that I'm working with thinks, how their brain works. And then it's my goal as as a producer and an engineer to figure it out to the point where I can be a step ahead of them. So it's like we're in the studio together, and now I've got them so figured out on how their creative brain works that I can be a step ahead of them, and I'm already editing the thing that they're about to tell me to edit. And that's my, like, it's such a rush for me in the studio when I do something and they like,
and
an
like,
artist
already did it.
Exactly. And the artist is like, wait, you read my mind. And I'm like, got him. Like I've figured this artist out now, and now I know how to like do everything that they need and like serve them in the best way that I possibly can. But I think it's that's a very cool part about producing is like learning that exactly what you said. Every single artist is different, and it's like, as much as my approach is the way that I do things, like my ultimate goal is to get the best out of them. So that looks different for every artist that I'm working with.
Yeah. Where do you think you got that skill from? Of like taking notes, like mental notes, and then being like, I know, then, you know, like deduce, or not assuming or deducing, but like figuring out like, oh, this is probably like, you're this kind of person, not in a bad way, but like, okay, you're this kind of person who thinks like this and this. So I'm probably going to work with you, you know, this way. Like, is it something that you like learned in school, or is it something more like you've just always been that guy from like your group of friends who is like, oh my God, you read my mind? Like,
I don't know. That's a good question. I think if I was going to guess, I would say two things. One is like, I'm definitely like a very social person. So I think I like thrive in social situations. So like being around people and learning about people and like making people feel comfortable is something that I've been doing my whole life, just because of, I guess, the way that I'm wired. But also I have a very efficiency focused brain.
Okay.
for whatever reason.
Oh, nice.
So it's like if I'm given a task, I'm always going to try and find the most efficient way to complete it. So that even goes into my studio sessions as much as it's like we're coming in and we're working on art together and we're recording and all these things. I'm also thinking about, okay, cool. What is the most efficient way that I can get us from here to here? And it's not always no vocals recorded to a bunch of vocals recorded. Sometimes it's like the artist wants to hang out for 2 hours. That happens sometimes, you know? So it's not like I'm going to try and force them, okay, cool, we need to get this many vocals recorded. If that's what their goal is, the first thing I'm doing is like actually asking them what they want out of the studio session, what their expectations are of the studio session so that I can meet them, you know? But it's definitely like I'm very task focused and like, let's try to figure out how to get A to B, you know what I mean? So, and I love like finding the shortest path to certain things. I don't know where that came from in my brain. I think I was always good at like
math.
Funny you say that. Like I think I was good at math and then I just stopped caring about math in school. But like the specific part of math that I was really good at was like visual stuff for some reason. Like whenever they would show us like 3D things and they'd say how many faces are there on the shape or whatever, I could just like get it immediately. But most other math, like any kind of memorization, my brain is just like, if I don't need that information, like when it comes to producing stuff, I'm like, yeah, I can watch a video about Ableton for 4 hours and I'll soak up the whole thing and I love it. But like if it's like chemistry or something like that I'm just like, I'm never going to use this information in my life. It's just like one ear out the other.
I'm terrible at math. So anything that has to do with numbers, it's just like, I just start sweating like, oh no, like, it's like I get really anxious and like, but yeah, I think like you were describing yourself as probably the way that I would think my mom is. My mom is, she's an engineer and she's like very focused and kind of, I guess like finding the better way to do something to cut down costs on like, you know, companies, you know, like big.
Got you.
So yeah, I was like, oh, maybe your parents are engineers or like,
my dad's an artist. My mom is, like an assistant at a bigger company. But yeah, I don't know if either of my parents have that, to be honest.
Kind of like, it's like it's just me.
I kind of just stumbled into it somehow. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
my brother's an
cool.
accountant.
Oh, maybe.
That's,
then there's a
something
gene there.
There's some numbers.
Yeah. Accountants are very efficient. Like they find a way to, yeah, I guess there's a gene there or something. That's kind of funny though. It's kind of cool. I sort of low key envy you because like I overthink and I, you know, end up like paralyzing situations because I'm just like, wait, no, but what if, and then it just like nothing happens. So good thing I'm not an artist or a producer. So now that you like have these moments when you're with artists and they tell you their expectations of what they want. Have you ever had these moments when maybe their expectation is lower than what you actually want from them? Because you're like, oh my God, I've been waiting to work with this person and I know they're great. And like their expectation is just like, it's okay, but like, I know we can do way more. Do you like push a little?
So, yes, I think what I've gotten to at this point is like, I think for a long time, my goal was to make the best this, the best that, the best way. And then at a certain point, I realized I'm like, what even does that mean? And like, who's to say that my version of the best is the best?
What are the metrics? Yeah.
Like it's art at the end of the day, you know? So like, who's to say what's the right thing to do? What I'll do now in the studio, if I'm working with an artist, is I'm always going to put what I think is best for the song forward, and I'm never going to be attached to it. So it's like, if somebody, a lot of artists that I work with are very trusting in what I do, which is really cool. So I'll be like, hey, I think this is going to be best for the song. And they're like, hey, do your thing and like work your magic. And I'm like, sweet. And that's fun for me because I get to just do whatever comes naturally. But if I propose something and an artist says, actually, no, I like it more this way, I'm not fighting them over it. Never. Because like, my job is not to create what I think is best. My job is to create what they think is best. And if they trust me to put an idea forward, then that's sweet. But like ultimately my goal is to make their song, you know? Yeah. As much as I'm working on it too, it's their baby, you know? So I think it's like, it's a cool muscle to have worked out for many, many years. This idea of like putting your ideas forward, and then if people reject them, it's like, cool, that's not attached to me. It was just an idea.
Yeah.
You know, because it can be vulnerable, especially in the earlier days of producing too,
Of
like putting
course,
ideas
yeah.
forward, and people are like, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm like,
And you're like, oh,
is there something wrong
what
with
do
me?
you mean?
Yeah.
Of course. No, is it not a good idea? And you're just like double and second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, with time, I think I've gotten a little better at that for sure.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great skill. Yeah, to not be like, like I guess afraid of vulnerability. Because yeah, as you said, it's not attached to you. It's an idea.
Right.
It's what you think would work for the song. But if the artist doesn't think it works for the song, then it doesn't work, and it's fine. It's just another version of whatever you thought could be good. Doesn't have to be it.
Yeah, totally.
Nice. Do you ever feel that, like even with that mentality that, like once you finish the song, you're like, oh, I'm still kind of curious of what it would have been, if I, if we would have used my idea, and then you still kind of like do it just to like, to see what if it works for you, for your brain, just kind of like, scratch that itch.
Sometimes, yeah. If it gets to that point in a song where I'm like, the artist is like, it's done and it's finished, and I'm like, I still have some, I feel like I can make it even, if it were at 9 out of 10, I can get us to 10 out of 10. I'll try it and I'll send it to them. More times than not, they'll still be like, I like the other version more, and I'm like, sweet, okay, cool, we got it. It's like I'm not gonna, you
don't get disappointed or anything. It's just like I tried my best.
That, and it's also like I already accomplished my goal. So like, if anything that I'm doing between that, what I think is 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 is just for me at this point. It's not, my job is to serve them. So it's like, if it is just for me at this point, then I'm kind of just doing this for fun, you know? And sometimes they like it. Sometimes I'll do something, I'll add something in, they're like, that's even better than the last one. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes.
Okay, cool. Have you had these moments where you don't want to work with an artist? You don't have to say names, of course. But like when you're like, oh damn, like no, this is getting like really hard. And so but I need to work. I need to actually, as you said earlier, like I have to work for them. But it's getting challenging for me, like personally. How do you like get in those situations where you're like, I need to get myself out of my head and just like do it, but still be, efficient and like,
unless they're like really, really pushing the boundaries and like disrespecting me or my space, then I'll cut ties with the artist and be like, okay, we're not continuing this project. But like that's happened like maybe once, in like all the artists that I've worked with. But in terms of, I'm trying to think of a situation. I think something that a friend of mine told me, because earlier in my producing career, there was definitely a stage where I was trying to take on every single bit of work, because obviously I was like newly full-time into music, and I'm trying to take, as any freelancer is trying to take on as much work as they possibly can. And yeah, there were artists that I was more excited to work with than others, sure. But I asked somebody that's been in the music industry for longer than I did. I was like, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with like the artists that you're not super excited to work with? And he was like, you got to not look at it as this guy. You got to look at it as, what is my roster of artists that I'm working with right now? And it's like, as long as the percentage is good, and it's like, I'm excited and happy and motivated to work with these people, and then it's okay. I can take a couple artists on that, like maybe I'm not super inspired by the music, but I'm still able to help them get their vision out, even if I'm not super inspired by it. As long as the bigger picture is balanced, then we're good, Okay. And like, I think in producing, that's a finite period in a production career, at a certain point you're able, like I've been blessed enough to be able to like work with the people that I want to work with. But would I take back any of the artists that I worked with in the past? Absolutely not, because it's what's gotten me to this point. And I'm so grateful for literally every single session that I've had over the past however many years I've been doing it, But yeah, I think that's definitely a part of, I think any kind of freelancing is like, there'll be projects that you're more excited about than others, for sure.
Yeah, in general. Yeah, and like even like any kind of work, I guess. There's always, this task that you prefer to do over this one, and like doesn't mean you hate it. You just, there's just a preference, but you still get everything done, and that still makes you feel like your workday is balanced because you did all of it.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I think what helped me a lot as well is like less focusing on me and like what I was enjoying. And like when I'm focused on, let's say for example, artist A comes to me with a song idea of a genre that I'm not super interested in, but I'm like, I can do it. I know how to make that genre, but it's not the genre that I'm trying to like pursue. I'll still tell them, yeah, I can do it for sure. I'm so focused on those sort of projects, especially in the earlier days of my production, so focused on like what it's doing for the artist, like the fact that I'm helping them bring their vision to life, and how beautiful of a thing that is, like what a gift I have to be able to give to this person, and like watching them enjoy whatever we're working on together is more than enough. Like I do it 1,000 times over,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you what do you consume when like you have these projects, come before you and they're like of something that you're not necessarily like inspired or too inspired? Like does your process work? Because I guess it's like, well, I don't really listen much to this music, or maybe like I do, but I don't really, dig it that much, whatever. How do you start like your process to start working with them? Do you like actually go maybe a little bit out of your way to like, okay, I need to do a little bit more research, or like start, consuming a little bit more of this genre so I can kind of be in the like a headspace?
Yeah, I think a cool I don't know if it's luck or if it's just the way that I was raised is like, it's like a blessing and a curse. But when I listen to music, I hear the sounds of the music before anything. Like I honestly, and I've told this to friends and family and stuff, like if I listen to music, I can have my favorite song and I've listened to it 100 times and I have no idea what they're singing about. It's just subconscious, but I'm hearing every single instrument, all the chords that they're doing, all of the melodies that the vocalist is choosing, all of the harmony layers, every single like component of the song is what I'm consuming when I'm listening to music. So it's like, if somebody comes to me with a genre that I'm not necessarily comfortable in, like let's say, I don't know, let's say metal or something like that. That's like way outside of my normal. I can still hear all the little pieces that go to make that record what it is. So it's like, cool. Now I'm just going to pull from these places when I'm making the record. I know what type of drums they like. I know what type of guitars they like. I know what type of bass they like. I know what kind of tempo they like, because I can hear all those little pieces in it. So it makes it pretty fun for me too. Cause it's like, because I can kind of see the way that it's built, and then I can just pull from those places when I'm making my own version of it. It's kind of surprising to me too, because I'm like, wow, we just made a metal record. I've never done that before. And they're like, yeah, that sounds sick, Cool, but it's like, obviously, it's not going to be as good as something like pop, R&B, or hip hop, the stuff that I'm like super, super confident and comfortable in. But I can kind of get away with it, because I can hear the little bits and pieces, and like I even some genres that I've never worked in before, I've made them for artists and they're like, this is awesome, and they play them for their friends. They're like, this is cool, and I'm like, sweet, it's cool to me too,
And at the end of the day, there's also like more than enough producers that also kind of like do like different genres, and not just marry with like one type of genre or one style or whatever. So I guess that's kind of cool that you're okay with like going out of your comfort zone and like actually working with like different genres, and just like,
I'll always tell the artist too. Like I always, if they come to me with a genre that I'm not super comfortable in, I'm going to tell them, I'm like, hey, I've never made drum and bass before, but I'm down to try. If you're down to try with me, let's do it. And then more often than not, they're like, yeah, let's do it. So
nice.
Yeah.
How do these artists that are like outside of your scope end up coming to you? Is it like like through friends? Is it like, oh well, I was listening to this song and I thought like I definitely wanted to work with you, and you're like, really? I did? That's not a genre that's like the same as yours, but like, sure, thank you.
I think honestly, probably just a lot of networking. It's a kind of a boring answer, but like I love.
But it's the one that's real. Yeah, I guess
it's important, But I'm lucky that I love that sort of stuff. Like I love meeting new artists. And I think the reason why is because I know that there's something that I can help them with, you know, because every artist needs music. So it's like, as soon as I meet somebody and I know that they're an artist, I get to learn about, I ask them what kind of stuff they make. And I'm like, sweet, I would love to help you make that, you know? So yeah, songwriting camps and seminars and shows and networking events. Like I just try to show up to pretty much as I can in Vancouver, talk to as many people as I can. That's been a good way to meet people. Social media too, you know, just like, I'll have people kind of reach out to me on social media if they like the stuff that I'm putting out, and they'll hit me up and be like, hey, you want to work on this? Those are probably the two biggest ways. Yeah.
Do you have some samples that you're like, like samples or beats that you, like when you did them, you're like, I really wish someone like this came to like ask me to like work with me so I can actually be like, I've been waiting for you. I didn't know it yet, but like this is a sample that I was thinking of someone like for you, like you. Have you had those moments?
It's funny because I think, because kind of touching on what I had said earlier about like just kind of figuring my way through this and figuring my way out in this career path. There's so many different ways that you can find success as a producer. One of the biggest ways that a lot of people think is sending out beats and posting your beats and sending beats and emailing people and getting people on your email list to send them beats so that an artist will finally find your beat and use it. I just never did that. Like I've never been the type to send stuff out, which I think it's honestly just been like, I think it started a lot with word of mouth. And then obviously social media stuff and doing my own marketing and stuff on social media has been really helpful. But with that, I think I made, in the earlier stages of my producing career, I was making just whatever I wanted to make. Like I would just make stuff that I thought sounded cool, and then like I'd show them to people, and some people were like, yeah, this is sick, I'll use it. I was never really making it with an artist in mind. I was just kind of making it with a genre in mind, I guess.
Okay. And
then at a certain point that switched when I started like being a producer full time to like, I'm no longer, I very rarely, like you can ask my friends and stuff, like I very rarely just make beats now. It's like 99% of the time it's me and an artist in the studio together, and I'm like making something for that specific person. So it's like a lot of like, sometimes artists will come to me like, hey, send me a beat pack, and I'm like, I don't have any beats. Like I don't really.
You have to be here and then we can figure it out.
Yeah, let's do it together. And I prefer it that way too. Like I feel like there's something special about like making something with the artist in the room too, because like we're feeding off of each other's energy and they're helping me steer the ship when I'm putting down creative ideas too. Whereas if I'm like just making something on my own, sure, like we can, but like the odds of that puzzle piece fitting with the artist puzzle piece that I'm going with, sure, maybe the one person will cross my path that'll fit perfectly with this. It's way easier when we're in the studio together and we're just making something side by side, you know? So I kind of just skipped that step for whatever reason. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool though. It's like, because it does feel a lot more collaborative, and I guess that also helps you and the artist feel more connected to the project, because it's like you're working on it in like real time, and it wasn't something that was already like produced before or whatever. So yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Once you're in the studio with them, like, do they come in with like, I want to make a song, and the only thing I have in mind is like this, you know, like, I don't know, voice note I have from like a month ago and I've been trying to work on it, and then they show it to you and you're like, okay, we can work with that? Or, is it sometimes like, that's terrible, I don't know what you mean, like maybe I can offer you something else, and then you start like, I don't know, playing around with the piano or whatever. How is it like once you're with the artist in the studio? It's
always different for sure. Like different people will come, like I'll have somebody that'll come to the studio with nothing prepared, and it's like, I just want to make something, and I have my process to serve that person. Like it'll be a lot of like, let's listen to some of the music that you love right now. Let's listen to some of the stuff that you're working on right now, and I'll take bits and pieces of inspiration from all of that, like kind of just start writing notes down of like all the different things that I'm hearing in all these different songs, so that I know when we go to make something, I can pull from that list of things, and I know it's going to fit into this
their
person's
style,
world, you know?
Yeah.
And then I've got other artists that are showing up with a binder, and the binder is full of exactly what they want
Wow.
of every single thing in every single song, and all the different lyrics and all the different song titles and the different genre for the whole album. And it's like, okay, cool. Today we're doing this. And I'm like, sweet, say less. I don't even have to think. Now we're just doing what you
executing.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
we just got to execute on it, which is really fun too. You know? So yeah, there's different ways that the sessions run for sure when I'm with an artist. But honestly, like,
they're all fun.
Yeah, I'm just making music with people. Like it's the best, you know?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's again, I'm just trying to figure out how to get us to a final product, and it looks different every time.
What would you consider is like your signature, style once you have like, or like from all of the songs now that have been put out?
I think there's two answers there. One would be like me if I was just producing by myself, like where that kind of goes. And I think like playing saxophone in the jazz band in school and stuff, like I love to pull from like different like elements of jazz in my music for sure. But it just so happens that like a lot of my favorite music that I love to listen to and a lot of my favorite music that I love to make is like the most heavy, hard-hitting, banging drums, like blast in the car system, driving down the road. Like I just love that sort of like heavy hitting hip hop music. So I think that's kind of what I've started being more known for. Leaning is like if you want like banging drums, like if you want your drums in your song to smack, that's what a lot of people are coming to me for. So that's kind of what I found myself doing a lot of now. Okay,
nice. That's and I guess it will kind of change or whatever it evolves throughout time, but it's cool to know that you already know like this is kind of what I think is more of my signature. What do you want people to like know you for?
I think the biggest thing that, or
like artists. I guess there's two questions.
Okay,
like what would you like, what do you want artists to like get to know you for, and what do you want like listeners, like just like general listeners, to take from you when they hear your music?
Got you. I think I got the same answer for both of those, to be honest. I think a big thing that I stand for in music, especially in hip hop, because like hip hop in particular, as a genre, hip hop and trap and R&B even, there's a lot of presentation in the way that the music is being presented. Like there's certain things that people are looking for in terms of hip hop, not even just like in the music, even visually. Certain ways that you dress, certain ways that you present yourself, certain things that you have, all these different things. And I think, sure, there are some people in the world that have those things and that dress that certain way and act those certain ways. But the amount of people that love and listen to and create hip hop is so huge. And it's like, we don't all have Lamborghinis. We don't all have big diamond chains. We don't all have, you know what I mean? But we love the music and we love the culture. I know I'm not alone in that. And I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to bring, and I feel like I am bringing to my music and even to everything, like the things that I'm working on, is like, just the love for the music. Like we don't need to pretend anything. We can still make incredible music and we can have fun doing it and we can be real doing it. So it's like, I don't need to put on some sort of a face ever in terms of what I'm working on. I don't need to pretend like if you see me post a big stack of money on my Instagram story, the next story is me saying this is all fake money. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't have a bunch of cash. I don't have a bunch of American dollars, it's fake, but it's fun. You know what I mean? So it's like, and people love to see it and people love to like, if I hand you a stack of fake money, you're gonna be like, this is hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like we don't have to take it too seriously. And it's like, I love breaking that wall of like, we don't have to pretend like,
that you're very serious about having a stash of cash. It's like, it's just...
Or whatever.
It's just,
Like, I think I want to bring an element of realness to all of the music that I make and to all of the sessions that I'm in and to all of the videos that I put out. Like, nobody needs to pretend. We don't have to like put on a fake appearance for social media. It's like, let's just be real. And I think that's actually what people are missing right now in music in general is like a deeper connection to the artist. Like, who are you really? Because we're just people, you know. Even you see like your biggest Drake or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a guy. He probably does some, like, we all know he does goofy things because he gets caught on camera doing goofy things all the time. But it's like,
that guy poops. Like,
he poops. Drake poops. You know?
Remember.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
You get me. You get my point.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and I feel like it is pretty, I think for me, it kind of, I kind of like remember and then forget about that sometimes, which might be very dumb. I don't know. But whenever I see like, because I like hip hop as well, and I don't look the part. But yeah, like I listen to hip hop in like French. I don't really speak French, you know, that much. So it's like, but I love the beat. I love maybe that weird part of France, you know, that they have this like big French hip hop community that is like pretty dope. And then I don't know, Russian hip hop, it's like is also like crazy and like very intense and like and I have no idea what they.
Have you heard of Gorilla Glue?
No.
I gotta put you on if you like Russian hip hop.
Okay.
I've been loving these guys lately. But yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it's like I don't speak Russian. But sometimes it's just like it's just so fun. And sometimes you get to see, you know, maybe like the Russian artists or the French artists that try too hard to be that hip hop artist, and you're like, but I mean, but it's kind of cool that you're not, man, that you're a French dude that got into hip hop, and it's like, and you're pretty good at it. So like, I kind of want to see the person and not the part, you know? So sometimes it's like, okay, I get it. And sometimes it's like, I kind of get disappointed because I listen to the music and I'm like, oh, this song is like so cool. And then I look at a video and I'm like, I watch a video and I'm like, no, I want to see the person. Cause like I listen to you. I listen to your beat, or I don't even understand what you're saying, but it's like, it's so fucking cool. I kind of feel it. So when I see something else, it's like, so when you got this, you know, you have this like, I don't know, community of people that also listen to hip hop that are just like real. I do feel it's like very refreshing because it's like, thank you. I can enjoy this like without that maybe like white noise that's like kind of interrupting to whatever it is that I'm hearing, you know? I don't know.
There's definitely like a target demographic for both of those genres.
And,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I get it. I also get the other.
It's fun sometimes to watch. Like it's fun to watch somebody like it's marketing at the end of the day. Like sure, some of these rappers have these crazy lavish things and live these lavish lifestyles, but at the same time, they had to.
I was like, I know you poop, dude. Stop it. Just please.
Just show us that.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I know you poop, dude. Just like, and you probably snore. I don't know. Like, it's just like, yeah, you're a person, so it's kind of weird that you're acting that way. But yeah, I also get why they're like, yeah, but I'm like this, you know, this persona, and it's like, yeah, I guess it's your stage persona. So
this whole concept of like trying to get to know the artist's like real side is like the whole basis behind like the new show that I've started producing out of my studio. So it's the show's called Locked In, and like it's basically the premise behind it is like I get two artists from Vancouver and I bring them into the studio, and I've got my whole studio's rigged with a bunch of cameras, and I've got my videographer there, and basically we spend the whole day locked in the studio for like 8 hours, make a whole song start to finish and film the entire process.
The whole process.
And it's like, maybe in the first 30 minutes, there's like jitters and nerves and stuff in front of the camera, or like, it's also like a little interesting to be like creative, and it's vulnerable to be creative in front of the camera. But like the beauty of this show is that like after the 30-minute mark or the hour mark, it's like, we're just having fun making a song, and like we forget that the camera's on, you know, and like we're laughing and people are making poop jokes and like, you know what I mean? And it's like that side of the artist comes out no matter what, because we're all human, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're here to make music. So like just
exactly,
it eventually gets done.
Totally. Yeah. And it's like, I think what I love so much about that process and like being able to show that is it's like now I've created a way for not only me to see what these artists are actually like in the studio, but like now their fans can see what they're actually like as a person, and like people that don't even know them as artists can see who they're like, and then okay, now I'm gonna go check out their music because this guy's hilarious, you know, or this girl's hilarious.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
But yeah, that's kind of with Locked In. That's like the whole concept behind it is like, okay, cool, we're leaving all of the fake stuff outside the studio, and we're gonna just be people and make a song in the studio. It's been a lot of fun, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet, and also because I feel like eventually to do something, you know, create something, like you have to be vulnerable to do it. So I guess there is no way to, you know, to have this persona the whole time if you have it. You know, have this persona the whole time trying to like be and do something when it's like, but if you want the song to come out, you have to like eventually just let go of this, because otherwise, you know, they're gonna fight.
And we're just hanging out too. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like, and it just naturally kind of finds its way out. Like people's personality just finds its way out. Like when you're
in an organic way, just
when you're stuck in the room with somebody for, let's say we're on hour 7, it's like by this time we're all sweaty.
Yeah,
we're all like a little tired. You know what I mean? So it's like the realness comes out no matter what. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So you put people under pressure and like,
I mean,
but in the best way. I guess.
I try my best to like not set expectations on the song. It's my job as the producer and engineer to make sure that everything gets done. So I'm constantly trying to figure out, okay, cool, we need this for the song. We need this for the song. But like, we're trying to have fun, you know, and like, and I'm trying to make everybody comfortable in the studio with us. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. That's a pretty cool project.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've released 6 episodes.
Oh, cool.
And this season is going to be 12. Episode 7 comes out. I don't know, what day is it today? It's the 3rd? August 3rd. Today is Monday, 4th, 5th, 6th. 13th, I believe, is episode 7. It comes out, and then it's every week after that we have another episode coming out. But do you know when this episode's going to come out? This one?
Probably
roughly.
Today is Monday. I want to say Wednesday.
This week? Yeah, you guys move
like
quick.
this week. Yeah. Well, he's the one. I just interviewed. I'm just here to talk and make people talk.
Yeah.
He's the one that's got to do all the editing.
So the next episode that will be coming out, if this one comes out this week, is ER, also known as Rams, also known as Eduardo, and Amy DeLeon. So that'll be a cool one. You guys will know, if you guys know Rams from, you guys did an interview with him.
Yeah.
So we did an interview with him, or not an interview, I did a show with him as on his artist project. Like he was one of the artists making a song with me and Amy DeLeon. Do you know Amy DeLeon?
I don't.
She's awesome. Crazy R&B singer.
Cool.
But yeah, we're piecing the episode together right now, and it should come out in like a week and a half probably.
We might have her on then.
She's awesome. Yeah, I'll put you in touch for sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. Okay, so you've already talked a little bit about your new project. What is something else that you're working on right now that you want people to know about?
I would say, I think it's so funny. This project has been, I'm sure you guys know, when you put something together, it can be pretty consuming when you work on one thing. So my vision is very set on this project right now. I think it's cool. Like a cool thing that is kind of working in the background in tandem with this project is like every episode we're creating a song, you know? So like most of the songs are getting released. So it's like, as these episodes are rolling out, I'm working with the artists and other videographers to put together a bunch of cool music visuals for the songs and like package the songs with a bunch of cool content. So I guess the other things that I'd say I'm working on is like, we're kind of piecing together some really cool music videos and music visuals for a lot of the music that I'm making right now. So the most recent release we had was What You Like, with Zay Driz and Fleetwood Huey. That was our most recent episode 6, and the song just came out. So we're still piecing together a bunch of stuff for that release, which is really cool. And there's a couple other songs from some of the previous episodes too that have some stuff on the way too. So
nice.
Just stuff, I guess. Just Instagram.
Just the stuff.
Just check it out. Yeah. There'll be things. There's stuff for you guys to see. Where
can people find you?
I would say Instagram is great at prod10oh, prod.ten.oh, and then on YouTube at prod10oh without the dots, so just prodtenoh. Those would be the main two. So YouTube, you can find like some snippets and short clips from Locked In. Sorry, did I say YouTube? Instagram, you can find the short clips from Locked In. YouTube, you can find the long form videos, and there's a lot of gold in there. You're going to find some funny moments with these Vancouver artists. If you guys are curious about what some of these Vancouver artists are like in their, like, outside of their look at me in my music video, it's like there's some gold in there. And I'm gonna say it right now, we got some funny artists. Like more than half of the people coming through these episodes are hilarious. I'm just like crying laughing to what these guys, and like it's just fun. It's so much fun.
That's pretty cool. Do you have you said you were releasing like episode 7 this week or so?
Yeah, coming up.
Are you already working on episode 8?
So we've shot we've released episodes 1 through 6. Episode 7, 8, 9, 10 are already shot.
Okay.
And they're in the editing stages, and then we're shooting episode 11 and 12 very soon. But everything's going to be out before the end of September. So
nice.
there's going to be lots and lots of stuff to watch in the coming weeks for sure.
Cool. How did you get into the whole visual part? Why did you decide to get into like, oh, let me work now on the visuals for the artists?
I think I've just been on so many video shoot sets, like with like the artists that I've worked with. I've started to kind of get an idea of like
because they invite you, or is it?
I just love to go anyways. Okay, cool, I hope they invite me, but like
you're like, I just show up.
Yeah, I kind of just show up. But like watching how everything works, and watching the cinematographers or videographers that are working on it, watching the directors, watching lighting people, like it's all been very fascinating. And like I think I've had this tie to video stuff, like I was saying, working on shooting videos of my own in my bedroom and at school and stuff like that, and editing stuff myself. I've always kind of had this passion for, even before that, like making videos for video games that I used to play, like doing RuneScape montages and stuff for people that know, PKing videos. But like, I would always do filming stuff and editing. That's always been a big part of like kind of my creative work as well. But seeing a bunch of cool music video shoots, I'm like, I feel like I can help here. So like specifically lately, like I've been working in tandem with a really talented videographer named Jacob Stoner. And he's done a few of the previous video shoots that I've done in terms of like music visuals, music videos. One of the records was with Asaya that you guys know.
Yeah. She's fucking great.
She's awesome.
Her voice is just like...
So episode 1 was Asaya and Jaspa, and we made a song together called Runnin', which is like...
I saw that like... Yeah, I saw
a little snippet of it.
Yeah.
So me and Jacob worked together, like directing and cinematography for those videos, for like a bunch of the stuff that we draw for Runnin'. And after that shoot day, I was just like, this is way too much fun. Like I love helping piece together what people are going to see when they pull up the song. So now I've been having my hand in a little bit more of those sort of video shoots. That's all separate to the Locked In stuff though. The Locked In stuff is with my dog Reagan Mendoza. He's my videographer and editor for that project. Incredibly talented, super hard worker, and like me and him, we work together on all the editing side of that. He films everything in the studio, but I think I have a pretty strong creative vision when it comes to a lot of the visual stuff too, beyond just the music stuff. So like whenever I get the opportunity to be like, hey, this might look cool, and if I'm working with somebody that's like open to that sort of collaboration, then I'm like, get me in there. I would love to.
Of course. That's pretty cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, you're like the full package for the artist, which is pretty cool. I feel like if they come into your studio, then it's like, oh my God, I came out with like a song and like the visuals and it's all just like, it just worked perfectly because it's all like tied together, because I worked with the producer and like on the whole aspect and like image visuals of my vision. So it's pretty cool.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a byproduct of like just trying to figure out how to do it ourselves, me and my best friend for years, you know, like we're coming up with our own photos for the cover arts, we're coming up with our own visuals for music videos and all these things. And then just like I've been blessed to run into and cross paths with so many talented people that have devoted their life to that one specific thing, like videography or video editing or whatever it is, and getting to learn and work with them, that now I kind of feel like I have an eye for it. At least I don't necessarily have all the technical skills. Like I'll leave that up to Jacob Stoner and Reagan Mendoza and these other guys and Paco and stuff on the switches back there. But yeah, I love to help inject my creative thoughts into whatever I'm working on, for sure.
Plant seeds here and there.
Totally. Yeah.
Just to like, I think this would look good.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
Like, you're the expert, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I guess like as creatives, as you guys do, but I feel like it's part of your also like nature to, you know, like plant seeds here and there. Doesn't mean you have to like, take care of the plant, but you do like plant the seed of like that idea, and someone else is like, yes, this I'll take care of this, flower, and I'll make it my own. I'll make it bloom or whatever.
Totally.
Like,
it's kind of like an artist with a producer too, like they've got a lot of the artists I work with have a lot of production ideas, and I actually love it when artists have that, because then I'm like, cool, I have the tools. If you bring some of the ideas too, I got ideas if you want them, but if you got ideas, I'm like, cool, let's run with that. Same sort of thing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, I guess that would be my questions for you, because you've got a really cool process, and I feel like you have a really good vibe.
Thanks.
Which probably artists are like drawn to, not just like your work ethic, but I feel like that gives that extra, like, hey, I feel like I want to see if I could work with this person, and they're like, yeah, I totally can. Like you probably need to feel like that click,
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I feel like you're a person that does actually like, give off this like really good energy, and like, yeah. So you make people feel comfortable, which
That's
is
the goal.
Which
That's
is
the goal,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Which is, I guess, really important for artists to feel whenever they're in a studio working, and being vulnerable, and
totally,
trying to offer an idea and being like, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I think it is. It kind of sounds good in my head. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anything else you would like to add, where people would find you besides Instagram and YouTube?
I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube Shorts. Pretty much any social media. You can just search up Ten.oh or Prod Ten.oh, and you'll probably find something.
I'm on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok. I don't use TikTok, but I post on it. So if you use TikTok, you can find my stuff on there too. I would say just keep an eye, go check out, follow. I feel like Instagram is probably the best way to see what I'm working on, because like all of the long form stuff that I'm posting in terms of YouTube, like I love to put the highlights on my Instagram so people can get an idea of what the full videos look like. So Instagram's great, but just keep an eye. I guess there's gonna be tons of stuff coming out, so lots of fun videos for people to enjoy.
Cool. So if an artist really wants to work with you, they should definitely contact you through.
Definitely hit me up on Instagram. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So now you know.
There we go.
Yeah. Cheers. Let's do the last cheers.
Oh, I already finished mine. Well, I got a little dribble.
There
you go.
We'll work with that.